Elektron Digitakt, looking as grimy as mine. Let's zoom in on some of this. Ew, look at that. Your button number 3 like to stick. It always seems like it's button number 3 for some reason. But yeah, I try to clean it with alcohol, and I think I made the situation worse. So what I ended up doing is I just reached out to Elektron and bought some new buttons because that was the only option. I think it came out to around 30-40 bucks, which I don't know, a little steep in my opinion, but it is what it is. I didn't like how all this like stickiness was feeling. So I'm gonna take this apart and clean it up. Yeah, like the old adage goes, if it ain't broke, break it. Alright, for this you're gonna need a little precision screwdriver set with a hex bit, small one, I don't know which size exactly, and one of these air dusters. I really like this one. It's pretty loud though. See, but it gets the job done. And buttons. Let's see. Alright, so let's go. So I'm gonna start by taking these knobs off. They should just come right off. Oh, I almost forgot that my volume knob is a little scratchy, so I'm gonna clean it with a little bit of contact cleaner. Alright, now time to unscrew this thing. Make sure you store your screws in a safe place. Nothing worse than losing the screw. Alright, now to get the top plate off, what you're going to want to do here is lift it from the bottom, pull it out slightly, and it should come right off. Be careful, it's connected. Now I'm going to pull these off. You don't need to use a lot of force, just a little wiggle, and it should come right off. Whoops. Alright. So there's that. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's nasty. I'm going to go clean this off and I'll be right back. Alright, now that we got the top plate off, before I go on, I'm gonna take these screws and leave them in a little bit of vinegar because I like killing birds with stones. Now we're gonna unscrew the tops off these. Alright, so in good low brain fashion, the ones inside are actually Torx screws. Alright, so I'll probably clean this off with a little bit of warm water and, well, first use the air duster and then a little bit of warm water and a rag. And once I take these buttons off, they just come right off. I got it all cleaned up. Looks like the previous owner of this had some cats. So yeah, there was all sorts of stuff in there. I hit all the pots with a little bit of contact cleaner, and now it's time to put the buttons back on. So you gotta kind of teeter the buttons on. Start by dropping one side in, and then just kind of snap it into place. Alright, so we've got a little problem here. Elektron sent me 2 16s. Yeah, so let's see how my 11 is looking. It's gonna really bother me. 11 is grimy. Shit. Alright, I'm just gonna put this 16 on and I'm gonna tell him to send me another one. You could tell these apart by the orientation of the parts that snap on. Alright. Kind of successful, except for that. I'll keep y'all posted on how that goes. I'm pretty sure they'll change it out. If they don't, then probably cry myself to sleep. Alright, now that it's all cleaned up, let's get this back. Let's get the top plate back on. Let's get these torque screws back on. I won't screw them on too tight in the beginning. Just make sure they all get in, and then I'll go around and tighten. You don't have to do it too tight, but I'd say just tight enough. Man, looking good. Except for that, but I don't know, it is kind of cool. Still gonna ask for it though. Alright, now let's get this part back in. You'll see. You don't want to break that, so make sure that goes into the right spot. And boom. All right. So we'll fit the top part in first, then drop the bottom. Make sure all the holes are aligned. And now let's get the hex screws back in. And they're looking pretty clean. Not too tight, because it doesn't seem like this faceplate is like an exact fit. It has some wiggle room, so you're gonna want to make sure all the screws fit in. Now that I got them all in, I'm going to go around tighten it. Again, you don't want to go too hard, but just enough that the screws won't loosen. Let's fit these knobs back on. You'll see this is the master volume, and the rest of them are interchangeable. Good as old. It's looking good. Let's see if it turns on.